Good morning. Welcome back. We're at Urban Playground here, Saturday, November 2nd, here for our Mature Kids Division Tier 2 competition, our first of the year, our first Tier 2 competition of the year, and we are just so excited to get things started. Just to back up a little bit, Urban Playground here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, we have hosts a whole bunch of different ninja competitions throughout the year. This is our, again, Ninja Warrior Tier 2 division for mature kids. Our mature kids are kids who are age 9 to 10. So we have male and female, about 16 to 17 competitors today. So, sit back, relax. We're going to take in some really fun wall-to-wall ninja action today. The athletes right now, kind of where we are right now, athletes are walking through the course. If you see anybody in the background with their coach, they're trying to get an idea of the obstacles. Not allowed to touch the obstacles, but they are able to sort of strategize and game plan how they're going to tackle each of these different obstacles. We have a very great, I'd say a really cool dynamic list of different obstacles. We have about 13 obstacles all throughout this course. Nice range of different dynamic movements. We have balance obstacles, some balance that move. We got grip obstacles, some swing generation, and climbing. So really hitting all the different disciplines that are required for any athlete taking on this course, introduced to this sport that we love, Ninja Warrior. Should be a really fun time. And looking through the different competitors that are out here, as I mentioned, 16 to 17, boys and girls, ages 9 and 10. A few of these, their first competition of the season, some first competition ever. So really excited for them to jump into this sport, to really get used to competing in a really fun atmosphere. It's what we like to offer here at Urban Playground. Just an atmosphere that's, very encouraging and just a fun course. You'll see, I think, a lot of athletes cheering on their friends, their teammates, even other competitors, because part of it is you versus the course. And that's what our athletes are going to see in this format. It's them versus this 13 obstacle course set in a full format. So it's a WNL, or World Ninja League, full format. So how that works is every obstacle is worth points in and of itself. So if an athlete fails an obstacle, they fail 2, they fail 3, they still have the opportunity to accumulate more points as the time goes on. We are going to check on the time limits that each athlete will have. Should be about 3 to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So we'll get that confirmation here before we get started. But athletes, again, have an opportunity to score on each different obstacle. Now, each obstacle will be worth a different weighting depending on the dynamic scoring of that particular obstacle. So the way this format works is that there is a difficulty score tied into each obstacle. So depending on how athletes fare throughout the competition, those obstacles that are more difficult to complete are actually worth more in terms of points. So again, just a really interesting format. It's dynamically scored. So that means the difficulty of each obstacle could change as time goes on. But we're in for a real treat here.
Some of our athletes back to warm up. We got Virginia, Thayer, Lincoln, Timmy, and Jax. Jax is here. You can head.
So right now, setting some of the athletes, they've completed their walkthroughs. They're going to head over to the warm-up area, get some last-minute preparation in, stretching, warming up, talk with their coaches. So we're going to give them a few minutes here just to go through all that, get complete, and then we will come right back to you right when we're ready to start things off. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a few. All right, we are just about ready to get started. We have our first runner out. We got Virginia Pyne on the starting line. Starting off our mature kids division here at Urban Playground, our tier two full competition. So again, we have 18 athletes, 4 girls, 14 boys. Virginia getting an applause here to start things off. And Virginia's off. She's been doing ninja here at Urban Playground for 3 years through obstacle number 1. So everybody getting a good look at the obstacles here. We're on third obstacle. It's both do curve, going around that curve, hitting the trampoline, jumping to this trapeze swing over to pumpkin patch, number 5. Pumpkin patch has a lot of difficult grips involved. So we're over to number 6, spinning in your grave. So Virginia going right into it. Having to pull back hard. She's got a good grip on that helicopter blade. Having to rock that propeller. Able to reach and get that ring. Looking for the dismount now. Successful completion of that obstacle. Here we go over to bat attack and just misses that. Bat heading to number 8, Reese's. These little Reese's pieces like spinners. Coming around the corner here now, number 9 is Lachey Lane. So the mature kids females able to use all parts of the bar structure. So Virginia is making her way strongly. She's got to get a good swing to dismount. Good dismount and good landing there. She goes right to the balance here. And she clears that balance. Over to little tricky balance rollers here. Just got to do quick steps to get to the end. And she completes it. Still has 1 minute and 30 left on the clock. Plenty of time. Making good time throughout this course. She gets there, and she's going to finish out this course, heading up that warp wall. Successfully grabs it. Looking for the buzzer at the top, and she gets there. Great way to kick things off from Virginia. Great run by Virginia. She will have fun in redemption time working on her jumping. We got our second competitor heading to the starting line now. It's Thayer Bogdan out of Dexterity. Thayer the Slayer. Looking at the course. Trying to slay this course. Thayer's been doing ninja 3 years. And his efficiency on the course reflects that. Skips that second ring. Heads right to the last ring. Successfully completes that. They're making great time. Still has over 3 minutes left. Hitting at obstacle 5. We are seeing more of this pumpkin patch obstacle now. So all that whole lane is in play. He uses all the structures and gets through. Obstacle number 6. They're generating his swing so that he can get this propeller to go the right way. Skips. There you go. Skips the special delivery. Gets through. And again, got to reiterate, making great efficient time throughout this course. Making sure he has time to get through all of these obstacles. Still has a clean run going through number 8 and gets through there. So he's cleared First 8 obstacles faced, first 8 obstacles cleared for Thayer. So now again, the males in this division cannot use the side pole structure, so he's going right for the laches, gets through, looks for the landing, gets it. Over to balance now. Successfully completes the balance rail. And again, these PBCs can be a bit tricky. So he's taking his time here. Gets a successful roll. Down to this last PBC, takes one step and dismounts. There are 1:20 left. All he has to do is keep his feet up, and he does manage to keep his feet up. Gets off that second to last obstacle, comes up the warp wall, and hits the buzzer for a full clear. Excellent run out of Thayer, setting a tone early. So again, as a reminder, the full course, a full clear cannot be beaten by somebody who does not full clear. So any tiebreaker would go to a time score obstacle. So timing on each of the obstacles is your tiebreaker. Next on the course, we've got Lincoln Shepperson. Lincoln coming out of the USA Ninja Challenge, Sunbury. Gets things started here in obstacle number 1. No problem around the curve, heading up to the treadmill. Lincoln goes by Link. And skips that last ring, gets over to the ending platform. Link's been doing Ninja 2 years. Great lache over. Connects on that second trapeze. And again, this pumpkin hold can be a little tricky. Got to make sure you get a firm grasp on it. Oh, just comes off. It is spinning. He's going to have to wait for it to settle a bit. He does put one hand out to settle it. Tried to lache over and just missed it. So it can be a tricky obstacle with that pumpkin. Some athletes may not have seen an obstacle hold like that. So I think we'll continue on in this course. Ooh. Able to get that propeller with the tips of his fingers. Good finger strength to hold on. Now finds himself having to work against the propeller that little bit. He is getting movement on it. He's riding it out. Able to find the ring. Way to stick with that obstacle. And gets the landing. And Lincoln looking to land on the treadmill. Re-steady. Get to this other platform. Ooh, and just steps back. So ref will look at that point later on. Reese's obstacle is cleared. Over to lache lane. One hand grab to connect. Now this second to third is a bit further. Again, it's just one hand. Couldn't get the second hand up. Lincoln able to maintain focus for the balance. Ooh, just comes off. Still has 30 seconds left. Lands on that. Comes up the warp wall, and he will hit that buzzer. Ref is working through just a quick adjustment on that last run. So we'll take a minute here before the next runner is up. Next runner will be, looks like it will be Timmy. Timmy Moses will be next. Again, we'll give him a minute here to get to the platform, starting platform. In the meantime, again, as we said, this is our first Tier 2 competition we're hosting this year. We have a couple more on the calendar. Definitely worth checking out. Each one of our Tier 1 and Tier 2 competitions this entire year will be professionally live streamed and commentated. So just, again, something we want to offer all athletes just because we really believe in delivering a pretty strong quality product here at Urban Playground, and a lot of momentum and growth in this sport. We love to see it. Love that these athletes are getting a chance to take on pretty cool, fun, competitive courses. So back over to the starting line again. So we got Timmy Moses approaching. So Timmy heading up here from Urban Playground. Again, 3:30 on the clock for his run. Timmy also one that is pretty quick in his pace. So I think we'll see a blistering pace. He jumps right to the third, uses 2 monkey bars. Again, setting a strong tone here early. So it's 3:12 left. Looking for that Lachey. And again, see if he can figure out the pumpkin hold. He does. Lachey's right over to it. It's going to go right for this bar and gets there. Reaches for the bowl and dismounts. Successfully clears that obstacle. Again, obstacle number 5 was a tricky one all throughout the last division. So that might be the case here for this division as well. Oh, he tries to skip the special delivery altogether. We'll go back to it. Again, uses the grip, gets to the end. Timmy looking to try to pick up some speed here on this. And gets through Reese's, runs over to around the corner over to Lachey Lane. We're going to see some Lacheys here. And he's going to look for a dismount here. He sticks it. 9 obstacles down, 9 obstacles cleared. Successful through number 10. Gets the roll. Maintains his balance. Ooh, looks like he's still okay, according to the judge. Like, landed on the mat, but then stepped down, so he did fail that obstacle. Tried to jump out to the platform, but he will zoom up that warp wall. He's going to go get that buzzer, find himself a very strong run for Timmy. And again, that blue mat on obstacle number 11 is in play. So again, once he jumped over to that, run was still live. Looks like he did put a hand down or did engage the floor for that obstacle. But again, very solid run. Next up, we got Cora Frei. Cora, our second mature kid female running today. She's going to chalk up right before facing this course. Cora competes out of Kinetic Ninja Warrior. She's been doing Ninja for 2 years so far. She, like her brother, also joined her dad on American Ninja Warrior Season 16, cheering on the sideline. She said now it's her turn to kick butt with Ninja. First couple obstacles, no problem. Heads around the curve to the trampoline here. Just misses the grass, but it looks like she's going to build her swing back up. And she gets there to the ring. Got a little hung up on the ring. Is able to still clear that obstacle. Does come off the trapeze. Again, that one has been a difficult obstacle on the day. Pumpkin patch. On the number 6. Just could not hold on. Over to number 7 here. Bad attack. She will chalk up beforehand. Take a little breath. Get the catch. Looking for that same momentum over this last one. We'll build her swing to make sure she can get there, and she does. Clears that next obstacle. Coming around the turn here for Llewellyn. Again, utilizing all aspects of the structure here. Vertical and horizontal bars. Gets that last black bar. It's going to build up her swing a few times here. And was able to land it. Clear through that balance. Oh, just a little too much momentum on that PVC spinner. So there's 53 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time here. Cora setting a good pace. Looks for the warp wall, this being the last obstacle. 8-foot warped wall. She does have multiple attempts on this, so she gets a little more momentum. Touches the top, so knows it's there for her. Gets some cheering on from the sidelines. And gets it with one hand. Pulling herself up to the top. She will find that buzzer. Great run by Cora. And always cool to see the athletes complete an obstacle after taking a couple turns on it. Cora coming up on that 8-foot warp wall, conquering it, getting the buzzer. So next up, we got Evan Rusten out of Urban Playground. Evan goes by Ziggy. Zig. Got Siggy up here. Having no problem through that first obstacle. Only using 2 of the monkey bars. Connects all the Bosu balls right into the trapeze here on obstacle number 4. Good swing and match. Did use some efficiency. Does hold his balance. Able to keep that point. Over to 5 where he needs to build his swing up. Get to that next trapeze. Oh, and connects it and saves it. What a save. And again, fighting for this point. Keep on fighting through this obstacle. Coach is encouraging him because this one is bound to be worth more difficulty points. It's been a tricky obstacle the whole day. A lot of hang time. He is continuing to look towards the end of this obstacle, trying to straighten out this pumpkin. He is generating that swing, looking like he might go for it here. Oh, just didn't have enough. But a great save on that trapeze. He's got a minute 50. He's going to collect his breath a little bit, chalk up. Again, building up his swing a little bit here. Looks like he may... Ooh, just comes off that. So minute 24 left, still on the clock. Over to bat attack now. Needs to make sure he has enough to clear it, and he does. Oh, just could not keep that momentum going the right way for Reese's obstacle. Over to Lachey Lane now. Again, we'll chalk up. Got about 50 seconds left. So we'll have to look for efficiency on these bars. Connects on the first Lachey. Come up to the second, which is about a foot longer. Got it. Continuing to fight during this course run. And connects. Great composure. Again, while you can tell he's worked a lot, still fighting through this balance, and just takes half a step back on hits the floor. Has about 10 seconds left, so he's got to get some quick momentum to get at least this point. He gets there, but he's going to be able to try to fly up this wall. Dive towards it. I think he got there. Wow. 3:29.76, got there by a quarter second left. Had to extend, able to make connection, gets that extra point. What a great run. Again, one that he really had to fight throughout the course. Able to maintain that composure to get a great second half of that run. Over on the starting platform again, we got Brant Wolfe out of USA Ninja Challenge in Sunbury, PA, conferring with the judge, seeing if he has any questions, and gets the countdown. So Brant is off. Brant is coached by Coach Frankie. Looking pretty smooth here through the first 4 obstacles. 4 up, 4 down for Brant. And we're over to number 5, which has proved to be a little difficult on the day. Oh, and made the Lachey on the fingertips and just peeled off. Comes back to the coffin just to generate some solid swings. Meanwhile, he's looking for the propeller at the right angle. Ooh. That propeller is moving, unfortunately. Coach is telling him just to collect his breath. Looks a good move to that trampoline. Second bat is building up his swing. Looks like he has enough and connects. And clear through obstacle number 8. Over to the Shea bars now. Brant will take a second to chalk up. He's got just over a minute 30 left on the clock. Gets that first connection. Again, this next one a little further. He's got to build up a good swing. Oh, just comes off. Through the balance, no issues. Good composure there on that PBC roller. Was not moving. He stuck with it, didn't panic. Checking the movement on that roller, and he got there. Brant still with 45 seconds left. Plenty of time here to take on this last obstacle. The classic warp wall. Gets up, leans over, and hits that buzzer. Another great run out of these competitors. Brant getting a congratulatory remarks from his coach. Over to the start now. We got Ansh Gupta. Ansh competes out of the rock, or out of Nova Ninja in Northeast Virginia, known as the Rock Climbing Ninja. I'm going to build up some swing here on obstacle number 4. Skips the second ring, gets to the platform. Looking to build up a really strong swing to leave nothing to chance from this Lachey. Not a problem. We'll keep building that up. Again, this pumpkin has been tricky. We've seen a couple static move attempts to it. Looks like Ansh will static. Try to match the hand, but couldn't quite get there. The difficult move to static on that particular hold. I've seen a couple competitors earlier, the shade to it. But he'll continue on here. Obstacle number 6. Gotta make sure firm hold that propeller. Yep. He'll actually go backwards, but find the ring to the special delivery. Uses that last hold to guide himself to the platform. Over to batting attack now. And looks like he has enough here to hit that landing mat. Gets there. Good control through Reese's. Runs around the corner here to Lachey Lane. Going for the matching form. Oh. Again, with that second to third being a little problematic on the day. Just a little further out. Ansh coming off the balance. Looking for this. Let's go number 11. Try to maintain that composure. Stretches and just could not hang on. Over to 12 now with the giant spider web. Cargonet's got to keep his feet up. Looks like he goes a little higher to avoid making contact. Still staying pretty low. But able to pull himself to that ending platform. We'll look for this warp wall, connects, and he has 8 seconds left. He's got to pull himself up. Yep, and connects in time. Great run by Ansh. Next up, we got Joey Elliott coming out of Paramount in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Joey's a 4th grader who loves ninja and martial arts, holds a brown belt with a white stripe, aiming to achieve that black belt. Joey's been doing ninja 4 years, driving those legs, trying to build up that swing to get to that ring. Doesn't quite have enough. His coach is going to have him work that swing a little more. And this time he does. And he way to stick with that obstacle. He gets his clear on it. Over to number 5 now. And he's really going to have to build up that swing for this Lachey. Doesn't quite have enough. He comes over to 6. Joey able to reset. Over to 7 now. Bad attack. Get some good coaching. Shaking out those hands. And eyeing up that bat. Gets there. Over to this next bat. Again, really kick to build up that swing. Oh, gets 1 foot down, 1 foot on. Couldn't quite connect on the landing platform.
Got it. On your toes, right across. Good.
Coming over to the Shea lane now. So there's 1:30 left on the clock. Comes off. Still has some time. Takes breath and gets there on the balance. Just comes off that long end of that LPBC. Over to the spider web now. Demonstrating some good holds on that cargo net. Goes right into the warp wall, both hands. And gets up for that buzzer. Good run by Joey. Comes down that slide, smiling. Great run. Next up on the course, we got Xander. Xander Lazzarevich at Dexterity Depot. Been doing ninja for 3 years. So he loves to dance when like no one is watching. Good for Xander. Right now, he is smooth through 4. He's doing ninja like nobody is watching. Looking really comfortable out there. Again, athletes have had to build up their lache on this one. A little far, just out of his reach. Xander smooth down this one. Again, had the propeller moving. Was able to control it. Waiting, patiently turning that so he can angle it to get to that ring. Ring over here. Skips the special delivery over to the hold. Clears the obstacle. Xander over to bat attack now. Just over 2 minutes left. There it is. Connects. Really feeling out that balance obstacle, but gets through it. Comes jogging around the corner over to the laches. Connects 1 to 2, looking for number 2 to 3, which has been a bit tricky on the day. Oh, gets one hand up, couldn't get that second hand in. Over to balance. Not an issue there. Gets his footing down and just a little momentum, a little too much momentum comes on the ground. Xander jumps out. Strong move in that cargo net. Trying to keep his feet up, and he does. Turns around, looks at the warp wall. 8 foot up, one hand, and pulls himself up to the top. Will find the buzzer. Excellent run here by Xander. All right. Next up, we got Nathaniel Pennings. Right here out of Urban Playground. Nathaniel trains here. I believe this is his first competition. He's been excited to start and confidently runs across that first. Looking like a man on a mission here, taking on his first ever ninja competition. Looking super strong so far through 4. Really good upswing to get his momentum. Able to connect on that lache. Good move over to that pumpkin. Good strong move. Oh, able to connect and might be the first one to clear this obstacle. Finds it. And again, that will be a high difficulty score that Nathaniel just earned for that obstacle. And some good solid points on this full format. Through 6, and right now you really can't tell this is his first competition. Looks like a seasoned pro out there. Able to go 1 to 2. Then again, this has been another tricky part on the day. This further lache gets there. Needing this last dismount and gets it. Oh, it just comes off. Loses his balance slightly. That was his first failed obstacle. Able to keep the feet up to clear obstacle number 12. Heads right up that warp wall to 13. Hits the buzzer. Excellent run by Nathaniel. 11 points, and looks like he will have some strong difficulty scores out of those 11 points. Let's see how that all shakes out here as we continue on. Next up on the starting line, we got Levi Weaver. Levi out of dexterity. Levi skipping that second ring as well. Through 4 with 3 minutes still to go. Able to connect on that Lachey. Let's see the move over to the pumpkin. Looks like he will try to static that, but does maintain his composure. Slows it down so he can get his other hand there to match. Oh, just comes off of that. Coming through on obstacle number 6. Smooth movements, keeps both hands on the same side of that propeller so he can rock it back and forth to get there. Gets to the ring, lines up his movement to find that dismount. Able to get the red, but it just could not hang on. Through balance, turn the corner. Looking for the Lachey's, connects on the first. Looks like he is going on this one. Gets one hand up, can get the other one. PBC roller engages it. Taking a cautious approach here for this balance obstacle. But it pays off. Over to number 12 is working the cargo net methodically. Gets 1 foot over to pull himself over. He will head up this warp wall. Gets his hands up, eyes up that buzzer, and gets there. Excellent run by Levi. So again, we have what looks like the most difficult obstacle being obstacle number 5, Pumpkin Patch. 3 competitors so far for males have completed it. And on the female side, it's still looking for our first finisher of that obstacle. Could it be Roselyn here, who's up on the starting line? We will see. Roselyn just chalking up. Getting herself ready. All right. So Roz competes out of Dexterity Depot. been doing ninja for 3 years, is also an ice hockey goalie. Good connection here. And as I mentioned, no other females have gotten through this obstacle yet. She got one hand on. She's trying to switch hands. Again, a little tricky. She's trying to find the best methodology to get there. Tried to lachey out and just could not get there. Roselyn's going to chalk up. Take a breath here for obstacle number 6. Coach has her reaching that right side. Gets there. Just rocking that propeller to move it over, position towards that ring. Finds the ring. Tries to skip the special delivery. It looks like she'll go up to it this time, the second time around. And hits that landing platform. Chalking up, we got bad attack, number 7. Kick and go and connect. Over to the Reese's Pieces look-alike obstacle here. Come around the corner now to Lachey Lane. Still has about 1:16 left. Just going to see how efficient she can be on this obstacle to cut up some time. Otherwise, it could be a little close. Using all of those bars in play. And connects. Was able to stay on that balance. Comes out looking like a really strong run. And gets the landing. 23 seconds left for Roz. So as long as she can be efficient through this obstacle and the warp wall, should be enough time. Ooh, did not get a big enough run. She does have 10 seconds left. Here's the countdown. She's got to push herself up to get there. She does with 4 seconds to spare. Excellent run by Roz. Looked like she got all but one obstacle there. So really setting a strong tone with that run.
All right, thank you.
Just a quick confer with the judge on some previous scoring. So I think we all should be just about all set on that. Up to our next runner. Got Evan Suda. Evan heading right over to obstacle number 4. Good connection on that ring, getting momentum, carrying forward. Good match. And finds the platform. And comes down. There's quite a long lache there. Again, has been a tricky obstacle on the day. Evan looking over at bat attack now. Just could not hang on to that bat. Again, you got to grab both handles at the same time, or else it will be hard to control. Come around the corner. Coach Drew just having Evan breathe a little bit. Get ready. There's a wide stance on the arms, but coming down now to face the balance obstacles. Great connection there, and is difficult when you are difficult when you're already working through these obstacles from an endurance standpoint. To face some balance obstacles, have the breath and poise to face these balance obstacles. So these are not easy when you face them after you've already run half of a course. Evan able to stay up away from that red mat. Over to the last obstacle here at the warp wall. Getting good encouragement from the fans, fighting for this obstacle, but Evan's going to give that another try. Still has 30 seconds, a little over 30 seconds left on the clock. Coach is composing his athletes. Gets that connection. He's trying to fight for it. And again, 8-foot warp wall. Not a gimme obstacle by any stretch of the imagination. There's 10 seconds left. 9-foot warp wall, actually. Sorry. Oh, just could not come up. But a very good run here by Evan. Yeah, 9 feet, putting that in perspective, a foot shy of a basketball rim, right? So that's, you got to get some good, strong momentum heading up that warp. Something wrong in the brain. It just... Next up, we got Evelyn Pennings. Also out at Urban Playgrounds. Nathaniel over there cheering on his sister. Evelyn making good work of these first 4 obstacles. Seen all 4 with successful completions. Again, on number 5, tricky number 5. Coach is having to really build up this swing. Looks like she's going to try to go on this one. Just comes a little high at it. It's a great attempt. Ooh, gets it by her fingertips, able to hold her composure. Couldn't quite get out to the end. Oh, could not quite get out to the end. So it was spinning a little fast on her. Not able to match up with the ring on time. Connects on that trampoline, folks. Gets to the next that. To the landing platform. Great job by Evelyn. A strong run here by Evelyn, making good work hand over hand, engaging all these bars. Really got to get a good dismount. She does. Oh, comes out a little strong. Just steps off. Has to able to reset. Oh, but her toes do touch and ends up hitting the floor. So she'll go over to obstacle number 12. That cargo net stays nice and high on it. Able to pull herself in. She has plenty of time here to face this last obstacle. Up that warp wall. And hits the buzzer. That was Evelyn's first competition as well. Great run. Comes off with a big smile on her face. All right, we're down to our last 2 to 3 runners now. Next up, we got Grayson Kimmel. Come on, dude. Grayson gets that countdown. Hops through the first obstacle. Over to the monkey bars. Oh, just comes off. Luckily, that was a early obstacle, not a high level of difficulty, so not worth a lot of points. Comes out really quick on those rings. Good lachet connection between those trapezes. He's going to static just that nice long reach, able to get there. So now he is backwards, but looking to orient himself the right way. Looks like he's lined up right. There he goes. Just needs that bowl to the rope. Brings himself back into the landing platform. Again, gets I think only the 4th male on the day to get that obstacle. Okay, now heading over to this propeller. Makes good movement of that. Does not get hung up on it. Using good work of all the obstacles. Gets through over to bat attack. And will take off there. Great composure here by Grayson with the heading over to the lachet lane. Still has 1:45 left on the clock. Looking at these lachets. Connects on number 1, number 2, and number 3. Gets off there. Oh, he got through one. He came off a little quick, was able to complete that obstacle, but then just a little too much momentum into the second balance obstacle. So got the 1 point, failed the second balance. But a very strong run here by Grayson. Goes right into that warp wall. And gets the buzzer. So again, it will be interesting to see with the difficulty scores how these all end up getting stacked up. But a very solid run out of Grayson, taking down the most difficult obstacle so far. All right, next up, we got Jax. Out of dexterity. Been doing ninja for a year. And through 4 already. Good Lachey over to that pumpkin. Jax looking to build up the swing to get enough to that next bar Lachey. Looks like we'll make that connection. And into the bowl to try to find the rope. Oh, just puts a hand down on the dismount. Unfortunately, just failed on the very last part of that obstacle. Heading over to obstacle number 6 now. Getting that propeller moved is a little easier said than done sometimes. Still working. It gets to the end, looking for that reach. Gonna try to make that move. Oh, just out of reach. And he just comes down on it. Again, sometimes a counterintuitive moves on to really get that propeller to work. Does not want to work like a comes up a little hot around the turn of that balance. But over to Lachey Lane now. He's still got 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. Able to connect on all the Lachey bars. Looks for a strong dismount, and he gets there. Good balance. Now this one, again, has been a bit tricky for some of the competitors, so gets there, able to save it. Jax needs to keep the feet up to avoid the red mat, but able to be successful. Faces got 9 seconds left. So does have to hurry getting up this warp wall. Couldn't quite connect. 3 more seconds. That's counting down. Really needs to shot reach. Oh, misses it by just a second. But a great run by Jax. Over to our final competitor on the day for the mature kids division. We got Brendan Wright coming out of Paramount. Again, over in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Gets through obstacle 1. Monkey bar to monkey bar. Round that curve. Brendan focusing on building up that swing. Make sure he has enough to go ring to ring. Oh, just comes off. Again, facing the tricky obstacle number 5 here. Not quite enough. Brendan coming over to number 6 now. Getting a little bit of advice from coach here. Able to reset. Gonna refocus on this. Looking for that starting platform just moved back a little bit. Ooh, takes one step back. Did connect on that batarang, but just took a step back. Focuses on balance now. Hits the balance through. Strong execution there. Over to the Lachey's, and again, that second to third a bit further. Ooh, gets one hand up. Didn't get the second one.
Okay, control.
Oh, almost able to control that. Coming up with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, so has time to execute these obstacles here. Looking at the cargo net. Coach telling Brennan to really focus on where the feet and hands go. Make sure you can get through this obstacle. Coming up on this warp wall now. Able to get up there. Looking for a good fight and great encouragement from the crowd. Still has 25 seconds left. He's going to take a breath. Does have time. There you go. Connecting. Giving him one more try here. Let's see what he can get. Oh, it just comes off. But we got a great run here by Brendan. I'm sure he will definitely try that here in redemption time. But solid performance. So again, that was our last runner. We're going to tally up the scores a little bit here before we head into our awards and redemption time. But overall, great performances across the board. I think we will see, especially in this full format, where the scores end up, because you do have to factor the difficulty score in. So looking at that difficulty score, I think we saw number 5 obstacle being a tricky one on the day. That pumpkin was a bit difficult to static. I think at times trying to static that obstacle versus Lacheying to it definitely gave some problems out there, but was very good accomplishments for those who got through it. But again, we'll take a minute or two here to tally up, and then we'll get right to awards. AJ, you ready? All right, we're going to move right into awards. So if I can have athletes nearby. First of all, let's hear it for all the athletes that competed out here. First-time athletes, great seeing you guys getting involved, getting on this course. I hope you had a lot of fun with it. All right, we'll start with the mature kids females. So in third place, we have Cora. And in second place, Virginia. And taking first place, completing 12 obstacles, we have Roselyn. So Roselyn has already qualified. Qualifying here for regionals, we have Virginia and Cora. Also, Evelyn in qualifying.
You can go stand next to Cora. That other side. Yeah, there we go. Awesome.
All right, great job, ladies. Over to the boys. In third place, we have Grayson. And in second place, Timmy. And in first place with a full clear, we have Thayer. Thayer and Timmy have qualified already. Qualifying here for regionals, we have Grayson. Also, Nathaniel and Levi.
Yes, you can do it.
All right, great job, guys. All right, we're going to move